I think we should focus on what Trump has said today. And he has said that he doesn't think Iran can deliver any proposal that he could agree with. There is no proposal they could deliver that he could agree with. And he says, I could just blast them away. I could just blast them away. But as a human, I don't want to do that, but I could just blast them away. So here we are again, Trump committing war crime by saying that he could blast away Iran. Many predictions are that Trump is planning military strikes again. That he is growing so frustrated that Iran will not submit, will not capitulate. I think he thought Iran was 60 Minutes or ABC News or CBS or these stony, well-heeled law firms or universities, all who bent the knee to him and capitulated. He keeps making the mistake thinking that Iran is Venezuela, where so deftly Venezuela's current leadership basically helped Trump commit a coup and kidnap and arrest Maduro. It was complete collusion. Iran is not Venezuela. So he's getting more and more frustrated. Iran is not ABC News or 60 Minutes, as I've said. Iran is a pretty well-established nation state with a functioning government, a military, highly educated population. Theocracy, not my favorite form of government. But then, when you listen to Pete Hegseth, you wonder, is America becoming a theocracy? When you listen to the crazies in Netanyahu's government, is Israel a theocracy? So right now we've got theocracy versus theocracy. I think Israel's leaders continue to talk about Amalek. Pete Hegseth keeps talking about the troops are fighting for Christ. Those who are front and center in power and are the face of Iran, like Ghalibaf or Arakshi, are doing less of that. They don't seem to need to constantly be reciting the Quran or Shia theocracy. They're not in your face with that. They are what they are, but they're not in your face with that on a daily basis. So much so that the Trump administration is saying that any anti-Christian behavior or conspiracy is terrorism. And they're going to go after anybody who presents an anti-Christian way of being. They're right now investigating Biden policies that were anti-Christian. Sounds like a theocracy to me. In Israel, you've got Jewish men in Jerusalem beating a French nun, throwing her to the ground viciously and then kicking her. You've got Jewish men spitting on Christians, spitting at churches. You've got Israeli soldiers blowing up one of the oldest monasteries in Lebanon and attacking a nunnery. You've got them banning Easter services. Sounds like a theocracy to me. So we've got theocracy versus theocracy. Let's get it straight. We've got a country that is kicking democracy in the teeth, and that is America, as of the Supreme Court's verdicts, absolutely kicking democracy in the teeth. You've got Israel that shows very little signs of being a democracy, where not every citizen has equal citizenship rights, where they're practicing all-out apartheid and religious supremacy. So we're equally matched, I think, at this point. So going back to Mr. Trump, they can never give me a proposal that I can like or agree with. What he is saying is he is determined to do everything possible to make them capitulate. And because he likes seeing things blow up, he actually gets off on it. He wants to see things blow up. And I'm going to start agreeing with those analysts who are saying that he is going to strike Iran again. And he doesn't care what the consequences are. He doesn't care. He has processed that he has lost the American public. The numbers today are worse than before. And he doesn't care about the fate of the Republicans either. Since he doesn't care, he's more dangerous. The US is depleting its oil reserves. It has been exporting and releasing oil reserves, and the reserves are nearly depleted. More and more attention is being paid to the fact that the US is running low on reserves. Couple more weeks of this blockade upon a blockade and not entertaining any of the proposals being put forth is going to be catastrophic for the US. It's catastrophic for the world economy, but it's absolutely going to be catastrophic for the US. And as we close out this week, let us remember that. Analysts are now saying over and over again that US reserves are depleted. Trump doesn't really seem to care. I think China is going to take a more strident position. Trump's trip to China is impending. But given the situation, I don't know how this trip goes through. China is the largest importer of Iranian oil. How does it sit with the Chinese leadership that Trump is at gunpoint stopping Iranian oil from going to China and at gunpoint seizing ships carrying cargo to Iran? Those are going to be topics of discussion if the trip goes through. But the US is also now being deeply imperiled. And if we say the US is being imperiled, that means we all are being imperiled. In Florida tonight, Trump is saying basically that he had never heard the word affordability. Democrats started talking about it. It was just a cool line they were using, that it's nothing. There's no such thing. There's no such problem as affordability. This is the level that we have come to. This is a level of either severe spiraling or severe gaslighting, or both. We are in the hands of a very, very dangerous and unwell man. But there we are, heading into the 61st day of this war. There we are, in deep peril.